Hello everyone, welcome to English class. Today we are going to learn about the poem called When Great Trees Fall from Grade 8th. Dear students, what do you know about trees? Yes, you must be knowing. Trees produce oxygen which we need to breathe. They absorb carbon dioxide, helping us fight climate change. They produce timber, firewood, and paper. They provide a habitat for wildlife. The lesson is when great trees fall. Let's ponder into these questions. What happens in the surroundings when trees fall and is gone forever? Yes, as the trees fall naturally, they make sound. Animals will run for safety. They hide and squat quietly. When the trees has gone forever, the new growth will not look quite the same way as the original tree did. What happens when you lose your favorite leader or dearest ones? Yes, losing favorite leader or dearest ones makes a person despair and misery. It leaves a gnawing pain that nothing can heal. Let us look into the motive of this poem. What made Maya Angelou to write a poem? Maya Angelou, her lifespan 1928 to 2014, uses symbolism and strong imagery in this poem to show a person's response to loss. It doesn't matter how strong or tough you are. When an influential person in your life passes away, you feel the effects. Although this poem does show that we experience regrets with things left unsaid, our lives are made better by that person's influence. Dr. Martin Luther King was assassinated on Maya Angelou's birthday on April 4 in 1968, and his death deeply affected her. In fact, she stopped celebrating her own birthday for many years. Yes, the poem is When Great Trees Fall. Let us look into the biography of Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou was an American poetess, actress, screenwriter, dancer, and civil rights activist, best known for her 1969 memoir, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. Her original name, Margaret Annie Johnson, she was born 4th of April 1928 in St. Louis, Missouri, United States. Died May 28, 2014, Winston-Salem, North Carolina. She had a difficult childhood. Let us look at her literary works. Maya Angelou wrote several poetry such as Just Give Me a Cool Drink of Water for I Die in 1971, Oh Pray My Wings Are Gonna Fit Me Well in 1975, and I Still Rise 1978, Shaker Why Don't You Sing 1983, I Shall Not Be Moved 1990, and On the Pulse of Morning in 1993, a poem written for President Bill Clinton's inauguration. Now let us look at stanza 1. When great trees fall, rocks on distant hills shudder, lions hunker down in tall grasses, and even elephants lumber after safety. Let us look into the meanings. Shudder, shake, shiver, hunker down, to squat, to crouch and stay down. Lumber, move in a slow, heavy, awkward way. The summary of it: when a great tree falls, it is felt for miles around. In the same way, when a great soul departs, the effects are felt deep and far. The speaker uses nature and animals to create effects of death and allows the reader to feel it through the visual imagery presented. Stanza 2. When great trees fall in forests, small things recoil into silence, their senses eroded beyond fear. Let us look at the meaning. Recoil into silence, withdraw and stay quiet, eroded, dissolved, eroded beyond fear refers to the numbness of heart and soul. The summary of it: the great tree that falls in the forest causes even the small things in the forest to recoil into silence. This suggests that the loss of someone great is felt among the great and among the small. This symbolizes the way people fall into silence in the midst of despair, there are no words of comfort. Stanza 3. When great souls die, the air around us becomes light, red, sterile. We breathe briefly, our eyes briefly see with a heartful clarity. Our memory is suddenly sharpened, examines, gnaws on kind words unsaid, promised works never taken. The word meanings: sterile, unproductive, lacking in stimulating and intellectual quality, heartful clarity, moment of heart when the person recognizes the loss suffered, sharpened, improve or cause to improve, gnaws, cause persistent distress or anxiety. Summary of it: the third stanza, speaking directly about death, the speaker describes the way in which those affected by loss have a brief moment of heartful clarity, in which they are able to see and understand a valuable soul has been lost. When loss hits, often a person's memory is suddenly sharpened. She thinks about the works she promised to take with that loved one. Having never fulfilled those promises, leaves her with a gnawing pain of despair and regret. Stanza 4. Great souls die, and our reality, beyond bound to them, takes leave of us, our souls dependent upon their nurture, now shrink, wizened, our minds formed and informed by their radiance, fall away. We are not so much maddened as reduced to the unutterable ignorance of dark, cold caves. Let us look at the word meanings. Nurture, encouragement, wizened, became dry, radiance, light, rays, maddened, annoyed, upset, unutterable, unspeakable. Dark, cold cave refers to despair feeling. Summary of it: in this stanza, the speaker gives insight into the mental and emotional effects of losing someone close. When that person dies, it leaves us feeling small, like our very souls have shrunk. She feels a sense of despair more than anger. However, this despair is described as a cold, dark cave. Let us look at the stanza 5. And when great souls die, after a period, peace blooms, slowly and always, irregularly. Spaces filled with a kind of soothing electric vibration. Our senses restored, soothing electric vibration, our senses restored, never to be the same. Whisper to us, they existed, we can be and be better, for they existed. Word meanings: soothing electric vibration, it refers to the moment of healing which happens after the loss of a person. They existed, they were alive, lived. Summary: with the final stanza of this poem, the speaker offers hope to all who have suffered loss by revealing the healing that has occurred in the aftermath of the death. This stanza reveals that she still had moments of despair and anguish, even as she was slowly beginning to heal and feel peace. Even if there will always be pain and sadness, there is hope for healing and joy in the midst of great loss. Now let us look at the poetic technique or the devices. These include examples of figurative language such as metaphors as well as alliteration, enjambment and repetition. Alliteration, the same sound in simple word, we can say it as same sounding words, repeats in a group of words, suddenly sharpened, breathe briefly. Metaphor, applying human qualities to that object. Great trees as great souls. Enjambment, it occurs when a line is cut off before its natural stopping point. Repetition is a word or group of words is repeated within a poem, such as when great trees fall is repeated throughout the poem. Thank you everyone.